Alright, welcome back to the last part of making an obby. So, I already went ahead and did some building to save some time. You guys can go ahead and pause and organize your parts as you need. All I really did was grab my parts, copy and pasted them all over the place, and put all my kill parts inside of our kill parts folder, including our little lava plate down here, so if they fall off, they'll die. So yeah, give this a pause and take a second to build if you need to, because I'm about to proceed into how you can get these spawn points to work. And that is another thing. Make sure you have a spawn point on each pad, because there is a way to do it without spawn points, but that's a lot more coding, and I want to keep this as simple as possible. So, moving on to teams, we're going to have to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams. So, how do we make teams in Roblox? There's a teams folder right here in the works, and not in the works, but in the Explorer, and there's a thing called team, and we want to make about five of these. We want to make 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're gonna name this one stage 1. We're gonna name this one stage 2, and so on. Okay, now that we got them all named, we need to make sure their colors actually match our pads. So this one is a medium stone gray. So for stage 1, we're gonna make sure we set it to medium stone gray, wherever that is. Awesome. And we're going to turn off auto assignable for all of these, because we do not want our teams to be automatically assigned, because we want everyone to start at stage 1. And then on this pad, we're actually going to select allow team change on touch. Turn off neutral, team color is the same. And we're going to do that the same for all of these. Take off neutral, allow team change on touch. Team color is bright yellow. Take off neutral, team change on touch, electric blue. Now we're gonna double verify and make sure I did it for all of them. Okay. Now we got that out of the way. In our player handler, we're gonna go ahead and set their team. So the solution to the player spawning is actually just, instead of setting their team color, just set player.team equals game.teams to stage 1. And of course, I'm going to make this a little better and actually integrate it into our data store script. So that way, if they're new, it does set them to stage 1. And if it doesn't, it'll set them to a different stage. But otherwise, right now, it works as intended. So let's give this another test run. So see, I'll spawn right here. And I'm going to go ahead and actually move my character. Oh, he died. And as you can see, all the teams are not, all the stages are not showing up. So another thing that I forgot to mention last time was make sure you set all these team colors to their appropriate colors. All right, now we have all stages showing up over here. So now I'm actually going to get rid of this damaging base plate so we can test this properly. So let's say I made it across when I touch stage 2. Awesome. Boom, stage 3. See, the stages work amazing. However, it's not changing our actual stage value, is it? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and pair all these spawn locations, actually, into another folder. And we're going to shove them all in there. And in the same exact script that we handled our kill bricks in, we're going to do the same thing for our spawn parts. But instead of taking the health of the player, we're going to say, we're going to make a player variable. And exactly what it recommends right here. Game.players get player from character hit.parent. So that should be the name of our character, which is your username. It's going to find you in the player list, and it's going to assign that to this variable. Now, so v.team color. So the first one is going to be bright yellow. So we're going to replace this lime green with bright yellow. There we go. Okay. I don't know why it was showing me a yellow flip-flop. So if that is the case, Then yeah, player.team will equal stage 1. And then we're gonna add an else if we're gonna go ahead with that recommendation, but the second stage is actually electric blue. Do that. There is no bright red. But actually, these should be a stage ahead, because stage 1 is the default. Okay, big old mistake on my part here. We're not trying to change the team, right? It automatically does that. We want to change the actual stage number. So actually, instead of using player.team, we're going to say player dot leader stats dot stages dot value is equal to 2. So again, I'm going to get rid of this. Move my player over. When I touch this, it should change. See, number 2, awesome. Scoop them over here. 3, 4, and 5. However, that didn't change. So let's take a look at this and figure out why. And it's because we set it as bright green and not lime green. Okay. So that's going to work. But we also have an issue. All right, when the player joins, they're always going to start off as stage 1, even if my stage says 4, right? We don't want them to spawn here. We want them to spawn at the reddish brown. So, quick way to handle this is actually to move this stuff. We're going to delete our player handler script. And we're going to go to the data store script, and we're actually going to include this up here. Like so. All right, and then we're going to say player.team equals game.teams.stage1 else. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to assign them to the team of whose stage they're on. So how we're going to do that is go player.team equals game.teams. We're going to say find first child, since they're all called stage. First, we're going to put in stage, right? There's a space at the end of it. Then we're going to connotate it to our value, right? So if we're on stage, let's say our data says 1, it's going to say stage 1. It's going to find for stage 1 in here, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4. See stage 3? I spawned on the blue. Let's say I go on the brown, and then we'll leave. And then when I rejoin, spawn right back on the brown. Awesome. So we have a working obby, even though it's a little simple. Otherwise, you can try adding in, patterns, maybe like invisible walkways where they have to figure out what path they can go on. There's so many things you can do with obbies. But for now, I believe this covers basically the basics of making a whole obby, from data stores to saving spawn points and basic kill blocks. So yeah, hope y'all enjoyed and learned a little bit of something on how to, put your coding skills to use into making a game. Although obbies are very simple games, I believe it does actually give you the foundations to making yourself better and moving on to more complex projects. So my next video on making a game will be a tycoon. So that'll be a level up from where we are now. And as always, it'll be a simple tycoon. It'll lay down the foundations on how to get one started. And of course, you can always add your own stuff on top of it. So yeah, thanks for watching. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. And join the Discord if you want to see more tutorials like this and or ask questions about it. Or even request new tutorials. I do need some ideas, so that'd be awesome. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time.